Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. The weird and wacky ways of the WBA continue with curveballs in their latest heavyweight rankings update. Filip Hrgovic dumped. Christian Hammer enters very highly at number 6, and you have another heavyweight contender who's entered at 11. We'll get to that in this video, a few thoughts on some of the movements. So starting at the top though, number 1, Trevor Bryan, who is the interim champion, hasn't fought since July 2018. Yes, July 2018. Who knows what's going on there? We'll have to see if Trevor Bryan's ever going to defend that title, just like the regular title holder, Manuel Char or Mahmoud Char. He hasn't defended his title since he won it at the end of 2017. So you've got these two guys holding up these couple of titles and just not doing anything with them. So who knows what's going to happen and whether they're actually going to fight anyone in 2020. Hopefully the WBA starts to come down hard on these inactive champions. And if it is their promoters holding it up, well, they need to actually sort it out. At number 2, remaining at number 2, you have Alexander Usyk. He's 2 here at the WBA and number 1 in the WBO. Number 3, Adam Kownacki moves up 1 place, courtesy of Anthony Joshua dropping out of the rankings after beating Andy Ruiz Jr. in Saudi Arabia. So he's elevated to champion. Ruiz enters the rankings a little further down. Luis Ortiz, he's at number 4. He only came into the rankings just a month ago. Out of nowhere comes in at number 5. He's up 1 place this month to number 4, and that is something I'll touch on in a minute, the sort of randomness into the rankings, because Christian Hammer, same sort of thing. But at number 5, after losing his 3 heavyweight titles to Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz Jr. re-enters the WBA rankings at number 5. Unclear what his next move is, if he's going to be fighting anytime soon. Hasn't apparently been talking to his trainer Manny Robles since the loss, so he hasn't been training with Robles. If he's been in the gym, we just don't know. At number 6, and this is really a curious entry here, Christian Hammer enters very highly at 6, and similar to the Luis Ortiz situation, a month ago Luis Ortiz out of nowhere enters at 5. Same here, Christian Hammer was not in the rankings a month ago. All of a sudden now he's number 6. So we have to ask the question, well, what's going on here? Is this for a purpose? And as I alluded to in another video with Adam Kownacki now having a fight confirmed for March the 7th at the Barclays Center, perhaps Christian Hammer is going to be lined up to fight Adam Kownacki. And it sounds a lot better at number 3 versus number 6 than number 3 versus someone who's not in the top 15. So we'll have to see if that plays out and whether Hammer is going to be Kownacki's opponent. There's a few breadcrumbs that sort of point in that direction, but we'll have to see. But it is strange that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and especially considering he's only fought a journeyman since losing to Luis Ortiz in March 2018. That journeyman was last month. Not a notable winner or anything, but off the back of that, very high ranking, very strange goings on here. But it's the WBA, so I mean, why am I surprised? At number 7 is Alexander Povetkin. He's down 1 place, makes way for Christian Hammer in his former spot of number 6. Also down 1 is Michael Hunter. Same for Derek Chisora at number 9. And the previous number 9, and this is really bizarre, Filip Hrgovic has been dumped from the rankings entirely. So he had been at number 9 last month, and then obviously he had a win against Eric Molina, and that was a pretty decent win, but maybe he hasn't paid sanctioning fees, or we just don't really know. There's no detail here to allude to why Filip Hrgovic has been dumped from the rankings. But a rising prospect who had probably one of the best wins of his career to date in December, just gone from the rankings altogether. Is this an error? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but maybe he's been dumped for a specific reason. We'll have to see if anything comes out on that. At number 10 and remaining firm at 10 is Arjit Kabuyal. Kabuyal only had 1 fight in 2019 against Andrei Rudenko, so his ranking still being so high or being ranked at all at the moment, he's doing well, I think. And I'm picking him, now that he signed on with Top Rank on a co-promotional basis, to have a good 2020, a bounce-back year. In at number 11, another new entrant. This is Bulgaria's Kubrat Pulev. He comes into the top 15, inserted at 11. How he's got in here based on his activity is not clear, but perhaps it's more about the fact Anthony Joshua is likely to face Pulev next. That's potentially going to be in May, according to Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn. This just could be one of those things, because for Joshua defending his IBF title against Pulev, the mandatory, he will have his other titles up for grabs as well. So I think the WBA is getting in now, making sure Pulev is in the top 15, so then they can clip the ticket with sanctioning fees as well. I think it probably is just that cynical. At number 12, down one spot this month, Christopher Lovejoy, the unbeaten American who has 18 fights, 18 wins, most of those coming out of sight, out of mind in club fights in Tijuana in Mexico. He does have a fight coming up in February. I believe that's in Las Vegas. He's fighting Rafael Zambano. So potentially someone will film that, and we might get an indication of what Lovejoy is actually about, because at this point it's really hard to say. Such, little footage of him around. Sergey Kuzmin, he's down 1 to 13. Mladen Milas, he stays firm at 14. And I'll just note, Kyotaru Fujimoto had been ranked at 13 last month after his loss to Daniel Dubois. He is gone burger. At number 15, we have, of course, Fraser Kendo. He's eternally at 15 now. He was locked at number 3 for a huge amount of time, and now number 15 is his spot. And the backstory is he's owed a title shot. He was due one from 2014 from in a contract that he had. It was never fulfilled. He took the WBA to court, and he's owed a title shot. Whether he gets it, whether he's going to fight again, unclear. But for now, still in the rankings. But what do you make of it all? Filip Hrgovic, gone. Kubrat Pulev included. Christian Hammer in at number 6. Is he going to fight Adam Kovnatsky? It's a question. Or is he going to be fighting someone else on this list? Drop a comment. Loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Boxing_squared. I'm out.